Modal windows are super important concept in front-end development, and thanks to the new HTML and CSS features, making modal windows has never been easier. Let's see how. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, this is the new HTML feature I was talking about. It's called the dialog element, and as you can see, it's newly available, but it's already supported in all the major browsers. So I will drop the link to this documentation to check it out if you want in great details. But let's see how can we use this dialog in practice. Okay, this is where we will demonstrate the making of modal windows. I chose this timer countdown app, and I did this as a part of I Code This challenge. If you want to see how, here is the video up here to check it out. Okay, for now my app is, let me start the timer. When the timer goes up, I get an alert, and now instead of this alert, we will build our custom modal window using all of these new features I was talking about. Now, I was hearing here and there about the dialog element, but recently I heard this as a speech at JavaScript conference by the guy called Kilian Volkov, if I'm not mistaken. I will drop the link in the description so you can check it out the whole video. It has lots of useful stuff. Okay, let's get started. Here is my HTML file on the left side, and here I will add, let's say, underneath this main, which holds this. It's a container that holds all of the content here. Underneath that, I will add dialog. As you can see, my editor is not even suggesting me this tag. It's that new. Okay, and inside my dialog, I will say as an H1 times up, and then underneath that I will have a button, and since I'm using already font awesome, I will be using this X mark. Okay, and that's it. Here's my dialog. Let's save this. And as you can see, nothing has changed on my live website. And the reason for that is because this is not visible by default. And the way it's changing is with the open attribute. So if I here put open attribute, its value to true. As you can see, here is my dialog. Awesome. Of course, it's not pretty by default, but even uglier than our alert, but we can use the CSS to style it, and we will do that later on. But for now, I will remove the open attributes, and then we're gonna use JavaScript to open and close our dialog. Alrighty, so inside our JavaScript, I will create a constant called dialog, and it will be document query selector, not slash, but dot. And I will grab dialog by its tag name. And then all I need to do is here, where's my function? Here it is countdown function, here is where we put our alert. I will comment that, and instead of that, I will say dialog, and I will say show. It's a function, of course, and that's all I have to do. Okay, so let's save that and test it out. I will put my timer to 2 seconds, hit play, and once my time is up, here is my modal window saying time is up. Now, this show method allows you to, if I only use that, I can interact with the website in the background, as you can see. But instead of that, I will use another method called show modal. And this method is in fact what we need. It's the real modal window. So let me show you. If I now start my timer again, now I have my modal window, but this time, as you can see, I cannot interact with my website. It has an overlay over everything, and it's a real modal window. And what's pretty cool is that the browser adds up the whole layer over everything. So even though, let's put some, let's say on these control buttons, I will put a very high Z index, let's say some crazy number, but I will add position relative because that index cannot work with position static. Okay, so here are my control buttons. As you can see, they have an insane Z index, but still I cannot do anything with those buttons. My modal is on top on everything. Okay, that's pretty cool and pretty useful, because when you have chat boxes or go to top button, when you apply your modal window, it's over everything. You don't have to worry about how big Z index it should have. Okay, let's remove that. And now the question is, how can we remove this window? I have this button, so I should be able to, when I click this button, to have my modal window gone. And it's very simple. I will first show you how to do that with JavaScript, and then it's even simpler to do it with HTML. So here I will have another constant for my button, and I will grab dialog, and inside the dialog my button, which is the only button I have. And then on this dialog button, I will add event listener. And of course, we need a click. And on the click, I will have a function that calls that on the dialog, on the modal window, not on this button, it's calling the close method. Just like that. Now, if I save this, start my timer again. Here is my modal window, and now when I click to this button, I should be able to close it. Amazing. This is working. So you can see how easy it is to make modal windows. Literally, I have only one line of JavaScript to show the window and one to close. But as I told you, this is not the only method you can use for closing the window. So I will comment this out, and instead of that, I will make some changes inside my HTML. So inside my dialog, I will have a form. I will remove the action attribute, and this whole content I will put inside of the form. And now all I have to do is to put the method on this form. And as you can see, it won't be get or post, but instead of that, it will be a dialog method. Okay. And when I save this, of course, this button is inside my form, so it will be a submit button. So I can put type submit, but I don't even have to do that. And pretty much that's the only thing I need to put a form with the dialog method. Okay, so let's test this now. Okay, so again, I will put 2 seconds, start my timer. Okay, time is up. And now let's test this. When I click to this button, I should be able to close my modal window just like that. As you can see, now I have my modal window functionality with only a single line of JavaScript, this one. Pretty cool, right? Okay, but as you're probably can tell, this modal window is not so pretty. So let's see how can we style this with our CSS. So within my CSS, let me just check. No, I don't have media queries. Okay, I will do that. at the bottom. So I will style our dialog. As you can see, it's on top of everything else, and this is position fixed. So what I can do first, I will center it. So I will put top to 50% and left to 50%, and then I will do the translate. Oops. I will translate it by -50 and -50%. Just like that. Now it is in the center. Okay, let's put some padding inside my dialog. Let's say padding 2M. Okay, not bad. And I will take care of the width of the dialog. Let's say 80%. As you can see, it's already centered. I don't have to worry about that. And just I will put max width for the large screens. Let's say 520 pixels. Okay, so that's how I will take care of the larger screens. Let's save that. Okay, what else do I need? I will get rid of the border, and I will put some border radius of 1 rem. Okay, much better. And let's change the background color. So I will say background color, or let's use some of our variables I have, custom variables. Let's say controls. Okay, that's great. And that's now our dialog is much better. Now I will style this button, but before that, let me show you what else you can style. You have now pseudo selector backdrop, which you can use to style the backdrop of my modal window. So I can say background color and say RGB. If I put 0, 0 and 0, as you can see, now I have black background. You see how super easy it is now to make changes to your modal windows. Of course, I don't want to be fully black, so I will put some opacity of, let's say, 0.5. So now I have this really cool black overlay between my rest of the content and my model. That's nice. Okay, let's style this button, which is right now ugly, and then I will show you how you can even animate this modal window, which is even cooler. And we will finish for today. So I will say dialog button, and let's in fact copy most of this for what I have for my control buttons. I will copy this here, and I will make this button much smaller. Instead of 5, I will put 2.5 rems, and here I will put 125 rems. Okay, I need to center this also, so I will put margin. Let's put also on the top 1 rem auto, and I don't want on the bottom. Okay, that's nice. What else can I do? I can change the background color to the button. Okay, so let's put background color to some of our variables. Let's say this dark blue, and I will put a color to white. Save this. Nice. And one last thing, I will use a nested selector to put some hover effect on my button. In that case, I will change the color to my red variable. Okay, let's save all of that. As you can see, now my button is much nicer, and with that I'm happy with the look of my modal window. Let's close it. Okay, now one last thing. As I told you, we will do animate the appearance of our modal window. And let's see how can we do that. For that, inside the dialog, I will use another new feature called at starting styles. Starting style, in fact, and this is also very new. In fact, let me show you. Starting style. As you can see, it has limited, it's not available in Firefox yet, and it's experimental. We will use this, so I will say here inside this, I will put starting position of my model, which will have opacity of 0, so it won't be visible, and I will put scale of, let's say, 0.6, so it will be smaller and opacity will be 0, and then I need to change inside my main selector. I need to change opacity to 1 because it will stay 0 if I don't change that, as well as my scale. My scale will be back to 1, sorry. And then one last thing, of course, I need transition. I will put transition to all elements, and let's to see the effect, let's exaggerate, I will say 1 second. Okay, let's save all of that and test our starting style now to see if our modal window will be animated. I will hit play and start my timer. As you can see, now I have a very cool animation on my modal window. Okay guys, that would be it for today's video. As you could see, making modal windows has never been easier, and I'm pretty excited about this new technology, which is only gain better and better browser support, so we can use it in production. So that would be it for today. I hope you enjoyed learning the dialog element, and make sure to check out the video in the description and to watch this talk from JS conference. Has lots of cool stuff. And if you had some value out of this video, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Bye bye.